Welcome back to No Sticks, No Bricks. We got another leak. So this is what's happening every time we take a shower. I am in the battery bay here. This is the furthest rear driver's side panel. It's where the engine is and everything, and you can see water dripping right down there, dripping back there. I mean, it's even getting our batteries wet. And as you can see, there's a lot of electronics back here, so that really makes me nervous. Water and electronics obviously don't mix. I just ran a little bit of water doing some tests today, and that's what came out. But if you take a full shower, this whole area right here is just drenched with water. Oh boy. So back to Coburg, Oregon we go. We have a 2025 Fleetwood Discovery 40M, and Rev Group has always taken care of us. They're really awesome to get warranty work taken care of, which is great because this will be the third time that we've been in to get warranty work done since March. You gotta love breaking in new RVs, right? So today is Monday. Hope y'all had a great 4th of July weekend. We did. It was pretty awesome. We're here in Seaside, Oregon, at Thousand Trails Seaside. Got to see my buddy Joe from Alaska, which was cool. Went over and hung at his house. He's got a summer home down here from Alaska, and so he was here for the 4th, did a barbecue. So thanks, Joe, we appreciate it. Anyway, we got a hold of Rev Group, and they're able to get us in on Thursday, so it blows up our plans again, but not too bad. We were just going north of here, like 30 miles to Thousand Trails, Long Beach. We were supposed to be there tomorrow for 6 days, but now we got to run over to Coburg, get this thing taken care of. So hopefully they can get it in and out pretty quick, but I'm not sure they will, and let me show you why. All right, so we're in the main bathroom here with the shower, and what happened was the other day, Jen got into the shower and she sunk into the floor. So she said, "Hey babe, come here. I think we got a problem. There is a soft spot in the floor." And so I tested it out, and sure enough, this whole area right here is all soft. You can probably, I don't know if you can tell on camera or not, but you can see me squishing it down. So it sunk down enough where it broke this bead, and you can see my amazing caulk job that I did, which is absolutely terrible. All I had with me at the time was a small tube of caulk. I couldn't find my caulk gun, and so I just used that small tube trying to figure out where this leak was. I don't think it's the plumbing, because you can still see water in there, so the P-trap is working. So it's either beyond the P-trap, which is all sealed up, I can't get to it, or this tile floor is actually leaking water through the floor, which that's what I'm thinking it might be, because if you look close, you can see little cracks all over this floor. I mean, there's one there, there's one there, pretty good size one right there. I believe they tiled this just like a house. I don't think there's a pan underneath like our fifth wheels had. So I don't know. I feel like the water's going right through the floor and then dumping it out through the bottom. So yay. So it looks like we'll be using RV park shower houses for a little bit until we can get this fixed, because we don't want to have any additional problems. I think they're going to probably have to replace this floor since the soft, it's obviously been leaking for a little while, but we never noticed it coming out the bottom. Because of the location where it's at, I usually leave that door closed and locked. I have no reason to get in there unless I'm checking the batteries or the engine or something like that. So we actually posted this on Facebook, and someone made the comment that they're going to name a parking spot after us at Coburg Refs. They might. So we're averaging every other month going back to Coburg to get warranty stuff fixed. We were there in March. I'll pop a video up for that. And then we were in May. I'll pop another video up for that. And now it's July, and here we are. We're going back. So hopefully we won't be back in September. I gotta show you guys something real quick. As you know, we travel with a yellow lab, Axel, and he sheds everywhere. I think I vacuum up like 5 pounds of hair every morning. So we got him a new present. He doesn't know what to think.
The Shed Defender.
The Shed Defender. Look, you even got military camo.
If it unzips so he can go potty.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
But he only wears it when he goes inside.
Yep.
But he looks...
He's getting ready to go inside, so he wasn't sure exactly how to walk at first.
He looks ridiculous.
But now it looks great. Look at you.
He's a handsome
He didn't know He didn't know what to think of this. You ready to go in? Can you go upstairs? Come on. Can you go? Go. Go. Can you not move in that? Go.
Go. I think it's his back legs.
Do we need to unzip it to get up the stairs?
Maybe.
Oh my gosh, here, can you handle this?
Yes.
Here, hold on. Okay. Can you get up there? Go.
I think it's his back legs that he doesn't know how to.
Baby, okay, let's unzip it more.
There we go. Till you get inside.
This is the first time he's wore it, so we're trying to figure this out. Okay, go. What a good fall.
Looks like a baby deer.
All right, we have left Seaside to head towards Coburg to get this leak taken care of. We're actually at a Harvest Host. Stayed here last night. We're at a barbecue place right off I-5 in Salem, Oregon. I'll pop the name of the place up on the screen because I don't remember the name of it. But we ate there yesterday. It was decent. Wasn't like knock your socks off barbecue. I mean, it is Oregon. They're not really known for their barbecue. Their seafood, though, that's on point. But their parking lot is nice and big, and there was 7 of us in here last night. As you can see, there's still a couple RVs over there. They got this rock wall that you park along. Another RV over there, so yeah, not too bad. Even though we were close to I-5, we really couldn't hear the road noise, so that was nice. So we got about 40 minutes today to head down to Coburg, check in, get our site, all that good stuff, and then we'll get this thing in first thing in the morning. So wish us luck. How's that new suit coming along, Axel? What do you think? Are you starting to get used to it a little bit? So a little review on this here Shed Defender suit. It is doing a pretty good job. There's still hair obviously inside the RV in the mornings when we get up because he's been in the RV all night, but I'd say it's probably reduced it by half, so that's good. Huh, Axel? What do you think? Yeah? Big baby. Another thing that this barbecue restaurant Harvest Hosts has is a coffee shop, and look at Jen. She's over there getting coffee already. Maybe she'll wave. There she goes. You knew she was going to take advantage of that. Well, here we are again, guys. We're actually in a different spot this time at Rev, so they didn't end up naming a parking spot after us. So we opted not to put up the clam yet. So we just got our little corner here, little slice of heaven set up. They just took the RV in, so hopefully we'll get some good news today. It's 7:30 right now. I got some bad fuzzies about this though. Somebody on Facebook actually posted that they had the same issue and they had to go all the way to Indiana where the Fleetwood Discoveries are made to get the shower fixed, because they don't actually make the RVs here in Coburg, they just service them. So God, I hope that doesn't happen, because that's exactly 2,300 miles one way out of the way. What do you think, babe? Go back to Indiana?
I mean,
let's hope not.
let's hope not, but if we have to, we will.
Not that we don't like Indiana, but we've spent plenty of time there, and we want to stay out west because we're going up to Alaska next summer, so we really don't want to go east and then come back all the way west again if we can avoid it.
Well, and the Oregon coast is way cooler than it's going to be in Indiana, even here in inland already in Oregon.
We left Seaside, it was 64 degrees. We got here and it was 93 degrees. So a 30-degree difference in about 3 hours worth of driving. We'll keep you posted. All right, well, I just got back from a run, so that's nice. Now I'm all sweaty, and we can't use our shower, so that's great. In fact, we haven't showered in a couple days, huh, babe? We're a little funkalicious right now. No, actually, we just missed one day.
One day.
We left Seaside 2 days ago. We showered that morning, and then we stayed at the Harvest Host yesterday. We didn't shower because obviously we can't use our shower right now. So now we got to figure out a place to shower, and I think we have a solution. There's a TA right up the road that has showers for truckers. We're gonna go check that out.
Well, you're gonna go first.
Well, I'm gonna go check that out because I just got done running, so I'm a little sweaty. So we'll go check out, see what that process is like, see what the truckers have to go through. I just can't wait to hear, number 87, your shower is ready. Number 87, your shower is ready.
We've heard that before when we said they got fuel and stuff.
Lots of times, right? I'm sure you guys have heard it too. So
plus,
now we get to be on the other side of that.
And they can let me know how long the wait is.
Yeah.
Well, at least, because I'm probably going to go when you come back.
Okay. All right, I am back, and showering at the TA was easy breezy. This is a good time in the morning to do it. I think most truckers are on the road, but man, it was 17 bones to shower, but I felt great. And the showers were actually really nice. I'll throw some pictures up on the screen so you can see them. At least at this TA, they looked pretty new. They were really nice. No time limit. So now Jen is gonna head up there and get her shower in. She stinks a little bit. How was your first TA shower experience?
I mean, it was very clean.
Yeah?
I had lots of hot water. I mean,
Yeah.
I did take my time.
Was it like endless hot water?
It was.
Because there was no time limit,
No
right?
time limit, and I mean, I paid $17 friggin' for it, so.
You got all your water's
I
worth?
try to get all my water's worth, yes.
Yeah, at 17 bucks a pop, we may be taking a shower every 2 weeks whether we need it or not, so. Okay guys, I got an update. It's not good, but it's not terrible. I haven't told Jen yet, so we're gonna get her live reaction.
I'm a little nervous.
You want the good news or the bad news first?
Give me the bag.
Our shower pan is cracked, and it's gonna take 80 hours to fix it. 80 man hours, so you're talking 2 weeks.
What the fuck?
So
What the fudge?
beep!
What the fudge?
So it does have a shower pan in it, and it's underneath the tile, and it's cracked. And I guess they've replaced a couple of them already, so this seems to be a thing.
Huh.
So, that's the bad news. The good news is, they can fix it here. We don't have to go all the way to Indiana.
But I don't have a shower for how long?
Well, they have to get parts. So basically, we're going to be able to live in our RV here while they're waiting for the parts to come in. And once the parts come in, that thing's going to go in, and we're going to have to get a hotel, a pet-friendly hotel, and ride it out. Or rent a cabin or something. Then we have to determine whether Rev is going to pay for our housing, which they probably won't, but we can at least ask. And then...
So, question is, how long does it take to get the pan here?
I asked that question, they don't know yet. It's very early in the process, so he's firing off emails, trying to get everything organized right now. He just caught me when I was going in there to go to the bathroom real quick and was like, it's not good.
That's
So,
what I thought I heard him say.
80 hours of labor.
And
That's after the parts come in. So, we're going to be here in Coburg for a while.
huh.
Yeah. But at least we don't have to go to Indiana.
I mean, that is a good thing. I'm happy about that. But
So,
let's order the parts.
worst case scenario is we meet back up with Clay and Maria in like 3 weeks-ish.
Gosh. I mean, that's going to be towards the end of our time together with them anyway.
Yeah. It's going to blow up Olympia National Park, Cascade National Park,
Mount Rainier.
Mount Rainier National Park. Yeah, it's going to blow up a lot of stuff. So, RV life, y'all. All right, next day, and they don't have an estimate for when the parts are going to come in yet. In fact, they're not even supposed to know probably until Monday or Tuesday. Today's Friday. So it looks at the very least that we're going to be staying here throughout the weekend, and then depending on what they tell us on Monday or Tuesday, we'll determine whether we stay here and wait for the parts to come in, or we go meet back up with Clay and Maria at Paradise 1,000 Trails to go explore Mount Rainier National Park. So we may do that. It'll all just depend on what they tell us as far as parts go. But in the interim, I think I came up with a temporary solution so we can still use our shower. So since the drain is just fine, water going down just the drain doesn't leak. It's seeping through the floor and the sides and all the cracks into the shower pan, and then out of the shower pan because it's cracked, outside onto the ground. So if I can divert all that water into the drain and the drain only, then we should be able to use our shower while we're waiting for it to get fixed. So went to Lowe's, got some plastic sheeting, got some Gorilla Tape, and now I'm going to try to create a liner on this so all the water goes down the drain, and we'll do some tests. But at least that way we can use our own shower, which would be great. Got some redneck engineering going on here, guys. All right, so I got the plastic in there. I took this out, and I think I'll just put that back down on there and then poke some holes in there, and then we'll do some tests. Hopefully it'll work. All right, let's see here. I can poke some holes in this. Let's test it out. Let this run for a little bit, and then we'll run outside and make sure it's good. All right, it's been about 5 minutes or so, and it seems to be draining just fine. So let's go outside and see what we got. You know, I gotta show you this real quick. They replaced the strut on the door again. We have broken 4 of these door struts. They obviously need to make a change and make them a little bit beefier. Put some metal ends on them or something, because they just keep breaking the same spot on the very ends, and they're just plastic. So, all right, hopefully we don't have any leaks. Let's see. Oh, so far so good. I don't see any drips anywhere. Good news. We'll come back out and check it here in a couple minutes, because it does take a little bit of time for it to migrate down, but I think we'll be good. You know, you just can't keep a good redneck down. Guess what, babe?
What?
I believe we can shower in our own shower.
It's not leaking?
It's not leaking. Unless, of course, you really want to go up to TA and spend $17 per shower.
No,
It's up to
I'd
you.
like to shower in my own shower.
You want to see it?
Yes.
Let's go check it out.
Let's check out this redneck intervention. This
Redneck engineering.
Yes.
It's very technical. Includes duct tape and plastic sheeting.
I feel like you're trying to kill me and bury a body somewhere. Wow. That looks...
I mean, it's beautiful.
It is.
Look how pretty it is. It might be ugly, but it's effective.
Yeah. As long as I can shower.
Yep. Sometimes you just gotta go with the flow, y'all.
I mean, it's gonna get fixed, right? But
Eventually.
it'll work for now.
Yeah, this will work.
It will.
Yeah. We'll keep an eye on it and make sure it's not leaking, but I don't think it will. Alright guys, that does it for this week's video. Tune in next week to see where we're at with this whole repair process.
Oh boy, it's always something.
It's always something. Until next week, guys, safe travels.